welcome back to the channel. I'm Yi-Cheng, your Mandarin teacher online. Today in this episode, we're talking about LLT number 4, which stands for Let's Learn Together or Learn a Language for Travel. In this series, we are talking about learning some essentials, keeping it minimum for specific traveling phrases, sentences, keywords, and so on. We are not focusing on too much grammar at this point yet, especially at this phase, because we just started. When I say we, I mean I and you who are watching this video. In LLT number 1, we already discussed about the questions, about why you are learning the language and so on, what's important for you. LLT number 2, we introduced the basic structure of the target language. In my case, is Hindi. And what are you learning? Which language are you learning? Besides learning Hindi, I'm also teaching Mandarin version part in this series. In LLT number 3, we talk about the basic greetings. And no, we are not learning tons of different greeting ways. I was just learning the basic one, the one that people might say, oh, native speakers don't use this phrase to their friends or family. Sure, but first of all, I am not their friends and family yet. I am a traveler and foreigner for them. So I'm learning the one that is formal, is probably the most polite one, and vice versa to the Mandarin version one. In LLT number 4, we are learning introduction. Okay, we're introducing ourselves. Usually in my one-on-one lesson, I would teach asking the question first. So for example, ask what's your name, and then teach how to say my name is da da da. But in this series, because we are focusing on what you can say to the local people, so actually we're learning saying our name first instead of asking the other person's name. First, here you see that I type ZHENG, Zheng, Zheng. That's because in Taiwan we don't really use the pinyin system. We use 注音. And when we need our passport, we need to have a Romanized alphabet thing to spell out our Mandarin name. I wasn't learning or teaching pinyin at that time. I wasn't even teaching Mandarin at that time. So I didn't know which pinyin system I would use in the future. I just randomly choose one online. And in that system, my name, like Zheng, Zheng is spelled as CHENG instead of the system you are learning, which is ZHENG. So you might see my name is shown as CHENG, but I pronounce ZHENG. That's due to the system I choose for Romanized. My Mandarin name is not the system I am teaching right now and the system you are learning right now. So for Hindi version, I'm going to say it, but cannot be sure if I pronounce it correct. That would be मैं Yi-Cheng हूँ. मैं Yi-Cheng हूँ. That would be I am Yi-Cheng. मैं Yi-Cheng हूँ. Next one is मेरा नाम Yi-Cheng है. मेरा नाम Yi-Cheng है. Okay, that is my name is Yi-Cheng. Now, what's your target language? Which language are you learning? Write down the sentence of how people with that language speaking would say I am and then your name, or my name is and then the name. Okay, write it down and practice it. You can even comment down below how you would say it in your target language. Maybe I will have a chance to learn another language because you comment down below. Next one, I'm teaching you the Mandarin version. First one is literally I am cold. So instead of I am Yi-Cheng, we use I am cold with the name I'm going to mention. Okay, we use it that way, which is 我叫 Yi-Cheng. 我叫Yi-Cheng, or you put your name here. Next one, I also gonna teach you how to say my name is da da da, which is 我的名字叫怡珍，我的名字叫怡珍 or 我的名字是怡珍，我的名字是怡珍。Here I have highlighted with 名字 and this one is 名字. It's because the Google translation pinyin system, it gonna show you fourth tone 字, but actually in Taiwan when we pronounce name, this word, we say 名字 neutral tone or fifth tone or no tone. So we say 名字 名字. So I highlight the one I would use or people in Taiwan would normally use. 我的名字叫怡珍 my name 我的 my 名字 name 叫 called is called something something 怡珍 or my name is something something. So if you're learning Mandarin, place your name here, repeat and practice with me together. 我的名字叫怡珍 your turn. Now with this one, 我的名字是怡珍 your turn. And this one as well, 我叫怡珍 your turn. So after we introduce to the local people, and then we might also be curious about their name as well. So how to ask their name? This is like the next level. If you want to keep it minimum as our slogan, you just introduce. But because they might ask you too, or you are curious about their name, or you want to be friends with them, or maybe you go to a shop often during your trip. For example, I plan on staying in India for 1 month. If I go to a cafe shop all the time, I might want to kind of like introduce and asking the employee's name there and so on. So, what's your name in Hindi would be आपका नाम क्या है? आपका नाम क्या है? Apka, up means is kind of like you, but in a polite way. So they do have different kind of you to people who are younger than you, to people around your age, and to people who is elder generation or stranger, people you first meet, or like meet for the first time. Apka would be your, and then is the polite way. And nam is the name. Kya is what. Hey is. Your name, what is totally different from Mandarin structure. Aapka naam kya hai? What's your target language? How do you ask someone's name? Like, what's your name? And then your target language. How would you say it? In Mandarin, you would say 你叫什么名字?你叫什么名字? So it's shown as second tone in Google Translate pinyin system. In Taiwan, we pronounce it a third tone. So it's 你叫什么?你叫什么名字? And same, it shows fourth tone, but in Taiwan, we pronounce neutral tone or no tone. Literally, you are called 叫什么名字? What? And then name. You're called what name? And you translate into what's your name? 你叫什么名字?你叫什么名字? What's your name? You can also use like a short way because you introduce yourself first, right? For example, 我叫怡珍, and then I want to say, how about you? Then you can just use 你呢?你呢? You? 呢, it's kind of like a question word particle at the end, and to means how about da da da. Usually is used when you guys are talking about a question already, and now you want to replace that object with something else, or that subject with something else. For example, you are shopping. How much is this? And then they say 10. And you want to say, how about that one? You are talking about a question already. And then you want to substitute it with another one and asking the same question as the previous question you guys are talking about. Then you can use blah, 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 ne, blah, 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 ne. Okay? So in this case, 你呢? 你呢? How about you? So that would be it for today. We are introducing ourselves and then we're gonna ask someone else's name. I'm gonna practice mine, which is in Hindi. मैं ईजन हूँ. मैं ईजन हूँ. Next one. मेरा नाम ईजन है. मेरा नाम ईजन है. How about in your target language? Practice it one more time. And then we can talk about the Mandarin one. 我叫怡珍. 我叫怡珍. Literally, I am called, and then the name. Next one. 我的名字叫怡珍. 我的名字叫怡珍. Or 我的名字是怡珍. 我的名字是怡珍. Asking someone's name in Hindi version. आपका नाम क्या है? आपका नाम क्या है? How about in your target language? How do you ask what's your name? In Mandarin version, you say 你叫什么名字?你叫什么名字? Literally, you are called what name? Translated into what's your name? Or an easier way, if you already introduce yourself and you want to ask the other person's name, you can say 你呢?你呢? How about you? Or how about yours? Because we were talking about name. So it's kind of like, how about your name? So that would be it for our LLT number 4. Thank you for being my studying buddy today. And I look forward to our next episode. I will talk to you and practice with you again in the next one. Bye for now.